Ever wonder how a magician pulls a rabbit out of a hat? That's nothing compared to the magic of compound interest. Welcome to the world of finance, where the real magic isn't about pulling furry creatures out of hats, but rather making your money multiply like bunnies. Yes, you heard it right. Compound interest is like a secret spell that can make your money grow exponentially over time. Picture this. You're a magician, but instead of a wand, you have your initial investment. And instead of a hat, you have your bank account or investment portfolio. With the magic of compound interest, your modest investment can multiply over time, like rabbits in a magician's hat. Now you might be wondering, what's this compound interest you're talking about, and why does it sound like an advanced chemistry term? Well, let me assure you, it's not nearly as complicated as it sounds. Think of compound interest as interest on steroids. It's the interest you earn on both your original money and on the interest you keep accumulating. It's a bit like a snowball rolling down a hill, growing larger and faster with every roll. This is the magic trick used by the wealthy to increase their fortunes. It's not about having a massive pile of gold to start with, but rather, using the magic of compound interest to turn a small pile into a mountain. And the best part, you don't need to be a Wall Street whiz or a finance guru to use it. So if you're dreaming of a future where your money works for you, instead of you working for your money, compound interest could be your ticket to that reality. It's the secret weapon that can help you build your wealth and secure your financial future. And remember, in the world of finance, compound interest is the magician, and you, my friend, are the one donning the magician's hat. So, ready to unlock the magic trick of your financial freedom? Let's dive right in. So, what exactly is this mysterious compound interest? Is it some kind of exotic spice or a secret society? Nah, it's much cooler. Now let's break it down. You know how you lend your buddy $10 and he returns it with an extra dollar as a thank you? That extra buck is interest. You've just made money by lending money. Simple, right? Now imagine your buddy keeps borrowing that $11 over and over again, each time returning it with an extra dollar. That's compound interest. You're earning interest on your interest. Let's take it up a notch. Imagine you're a squirrel, and you've gathered 100 acorns for the winter. Every day, you find 10% more acorns than you had the day before. Day 1 you have 100 acorns. Day 2 you find 10 more because 10% of 100 is 10. Day 3 you find 11 more because 10% of 110 is 11. So by day 3, you have 121 acorns. Here's the magic. You didn't just earn interest on your initial 100 acorns. You earned interest on the 10 extra acorns you found on day 2. That's compound interest. Now, replace acorns with dollars, and days with years. If you start with $100 and add 10% interest each year, after 10 years you won't just have $200. You'll have $259.37. Why? Because each year you're earning 10% interest on a slightly larger amount of money, so compound interest isn't some secret spice or a secret society. It's your money's best friend. It's the way your money grows exponentially over time, not linearly. It's a little like magic, but better because it's real, and it's working for you. In other words, it's like making your money work for you while you sleep. Now that's a dream job, isn't it? Time is a powerful thing. It can turn a tiny acorn into a mighty oak tree. And with compound interest, it can turn a small amount of money into a massive fortune. Let's imagine you're a savvy saver and you put away $100 a month. That's a mere $3 a day, less than your daily latte. If you put that money in a savings account with a 1% annual interest rate, without compound interest, in 20 years, you'd have $24,000. Not too shabby, right? But hold on to your calculators, because here's where the magic of compound interest comes into play. If that interest is compounded annually, that $24,000 turns into almost $30,000. That's $6,000 you've earned just by letting time do its thing. Now, let's take that concept and stretch it out even further. Let's say you start saving that same $3 a day from your 20s until you retire at 65. With compound interest, you'd have amassed over $150,000. That's a tidy sum, considering all you did was cut back on your coffee consumption. But what if you're not a coffee drinker? Well, let's use another example. Let's say you're a bookworm, and you decide to invest the money you'd usually spend on a new book each month. That's around $25 a month. If you invest that into an account with a 5% annual interest rate in 40 years, you'd have over $70,000. That's enough to build your own personal library. The point is, the longer your money has to grow, the more it will grow. It's like planting a seed and watching it sprout into a beautiful tree. the sooner you plant that seed, the bigger and stronger the tree can become. So, the sooner you start, the more money magic you can make. Remember, time waits for no one, especially not your money. Ever made a snowball? You start with a little snowball, and as you roll it around, it gets bigger and bigger. Well, that's compound interest for you. Imagine, if you will, a pristine, untouched hill of snow. You reach down and scoop up a handful of the cold, fluffy stuff, and you start to pack it into a small, solid ball. That's your initial investment. It's small, sure, but it's a start. Now you set your little snowball at the top of the hill and give it a gentle push. As it begins to roll down the hill, it starts to pick up more snow. That's your interest, adding to your initial investment. It's not much at first, but it's growing. As it rolls further down the hill, the snowball gets bigger and bigger. It's not just the original snowball anymore. It's grown, thanks to the snow, or the interest, it's picked up along the way. This is the essence of compound interest. Your interest is earning its own interest. You might be asking, but how does this relate to my money? Well, just like the snowball rolling down the hill, the money you put into a savings account or invest can grow over time, thanks to the power of compound interest. Suppose you invest $100 and it earns 10% interest annually. At the end of the first year, you'll have $110. But here's where the magic happens. In the second year, you're not just earning interest on your original $100, you're earning interest on the full $110. So, by the end of the second year, you're not looking at $120, you're looking at $121. That extra dollar may not seem like much, but remember our snowball? It didn't start as an avalanche. It started as a handful of snow. Compound interest works the same way. It starts small, but given time, it can turn into a financial avalanche. So let your money snowball and watch it grow into a financial avalanche. Now that you know the magic trick, it's time to become the magician. This isn't some hocus pocus, folks. It's about making smart choices, and here's how you can do it. Firstly, save regularly. It's like planting seeds. The more seeds you plant, the more trees you'll eventually have. Even if it's a small amount, make it a habit. Next, invest wisely. Don't throw your seeds on concrete and expect a forest. Research, learn, and invest in areas that offer compound interest. Stocks, bonds, or a high-yield savings account could be your fertile ground. And lastly, patience is key. Trees don't grow overnight, and neither will your wealth. Compound interest is your friendly garden gnome, quietly and consistently working to multiply your money. Remember, the magic of compound interest is in your hands. Use it wisely and watch your money grow. Well, that's the end of our magic show, but remember, the magic of compound interest doesn't end here. It's like a rabbit in a hat that keeps on multiplying. We've seen how compound interest works its magic, turning your pennies into a powerful financial snowball. Let's do a quick recap. We started with the basics of compound interest, the secret ingredient to growing your wealth. We then navigated through the power of time, showing how patience can turn your small investments into a large fortune. We also talked about the snowball effect, demonstrating how your money can grow exponentially over time. But remember, the magic doesn't work unless you take action. Start saving and investing now, no matter how small the amount. Let the power of compound interest do its magic. Now go out there and cast your financial spells. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more money magic tricks. See you next time.